What's going on, everybody? Right alignment here with your morning cup of Java and Jesus. Today we're covering the Passover lamb. Where does Passover start? Well, Passover is the last plague of Egypt. And God said, slay a lamb, and with hyssop, dip it into the lamb's blood, and strike the lintel and the posts of your door, so that the spirit of death will pass you by. After exiting Egypt and entering the promised land, Passover then becomes Mosaic law, and there are requirements for the lamb. It must be a male, must be a year old, must be the firstborn lamb of that hue, has to be set apart, has to be inspected, and has to be slain on the evening of Passover at sunset. That's important. Now, have you ever heard of lambing season? See, lambs have a very specific reproductive cycle. They only give birth once a year. And that's always between the end of March and the beginning of May. In the spring. That's the only time lambs ever give birth. This would also be the same time of year that is the only time of year that shepherds actually sleep with the flock at night to protect the newborns from predators. Now, in the time of Jesus, all lambs slain in Jerusalem for all of Israel were all born in Bethlehem. Why? Because the Levitican priests raised the best lambs. Now, Bethlehem, take the name Bethlehem in Hebrew, means house of bread. And Jesus is the bread of life, right? Then, on one specific day a year, they would parade all of those lambs available for inspection into Jerusalem to be inspected. This day was once called Lambing Day. Today we call it Palm Sunday. When Jesus rode in on the donkey and was questioned and inspected and found without blemish for those 3 days. Then the lamb is taken and held until sacrifice. Jesus was taken and held until the cross. When the Levitican priests would slay the lamb at sunset the night of Passover, they would say, "It is finished." When Jesus was on the cross, John points out in chapter 19 that they put hyssop and a sponge with sour wine. So hyssop was used again